Welcome back to the Hives vs Zombies, you beautiful people. And it seems to be a running theme in this series. Normally it's bugs. This one just seems to be a whole bunch of mechanoids. Normally it would be a little bit annoying, but seeing as we are playing with the Archotech technology, actually fighting mechanoids is a fairly decent thing for us. Now the only thing we got to worry about is this auto mortar that can shoot in about 90 odd seconds. So in proper Rimworld fashion, we are just going to start mortaring this section as much as we can. Now I was not expecting that first mortar round to actually be able to come in and do some damage, and that just shredded their auto mortar, which for us is amazing. Actually insane. Was not expecting that at all. And seeing as everything else is now just going around everywhere and not hitting much, I will call that a massive success for us. Happy days. All of a sudden, now this isn't nearly as scary. One mech assembler, what are you kicking out? A centipede. And then it's got a couple turrets in that, which might cause a little bit of issue. And now they are moving into the old kill zone. Kill zone isn't quite finished. We just about every time we nearly get it going again, something else comes in and just knocks it back to the Stone Age. Now when I say pretty much anything, it is Inferno beads that do the damage. And just thrown out there, not looking like there is much in the way of Inferno beads. We've got some heavy charge blaster beads, 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them. And then we've also got 2 carpenters that are annoyingly deconstructing our walls. Not an issue, we can go and repair that. But this is definitely working better than it was. And it turns out, if you actually reload your double auto cannons, they can do something. And seeing as we are basically shelling right on top of our base, let's put that on hold fire, and then you guys go off and do what you want. I don't think you're going to make a massive difference here. Now, a couple episodes ago, we did change over to the charge rifles, and just throwing out there, charge rifles are awesome. But potentially, what we could do is we could research the technology so that we can make charge turrets. And some of the charge turrets can shoot 12x64, which is what the heavy charge blaster bead shoots. And one of those can take down the centipede in just like a few shots. Could be something worth looking into, but then again, also thinking that we don't want the tech level going too high. That's kind of the fun of this, is our tech level's pretty low. He says that was running around charge rifles, but details, we don't want to be too overpowered. Now, we move these guys back, and then you back as well. Oh yeah, and then we also had Harmond. So he was one of the new eggs that got laid. He's not amazing. 5 in crafting, 4 in medical, 4 in social. Not an exceptional hive by any means, but should be pretty decent. Got them all bionics up. What we did do, because we're trying to be sneaky, because what we have is we've got the bionic fingers, bionic hands, and that sort of fun jazz. We were like, right, let's go start with the fingers. So we went through all the fingers, and it's just like, cool, that went on. And then we put the hand on. And then when we put the hand on, all the fingers disappeared. So it's just like, okay, cool, can I put the fingers back on? No. And then we put the arm on, and then the hand got taken off. So I think it is one or the other is what it seems like. And actually with all of this, instead of micromanaging it, let's just put everyone into zone 2. That's going to make this a lot easier. That is not zone 2. Oh yeah. Got to actually move them across into it. Easy. Nice and sorted. These will take those centipedes out in no time. And as we can, and we've got the resources, we can start kicking out the uranium slug turrets. They're quite expensive to keep loaded, I guess is how you'd word it. But what I'm thinking is we have these along the bottom here, so anything that comes across there, well, they're just going to get blasted apart by 90mm rounds. 90mm rounds have the potential to do quite a lot of damage, and as you can see, these turrets are already out of ammo, so useful but not super useful. And I guess we should extend them across there, but if everything's stopping here before it goes anywhere, well, we're kind of not going to be able to do too much as such. So we need another way to shoot at these guys. We've already walled off down there. We just need to wall this section, continue this across there. then figure out a way to force them into this section without them going around. But then we also don't want to make a like standard kill zone as such. Do you know what? Let's just go in and wipe them out, because that is going to set us back quite a while if we need to repair all of this. And they will just stay there and try to kill all of this before we can actually do anything. So everyone to here. We're going to go out, fight the centipedes. They are semi-distracted. We'll push towards the north, come down, take them out pretty much at point blank range. And then we'll have to go after the carpenters. Actually, going this way sucks. Let's just charge him. There is quite a few of them, but we do have ion rounds, which are going to stun them. We can punch through their armor. Hopefully we don't get caught in the crossfire. And yeah, what was once the most terrifying thing that we could face is now more of an annoyance. And we are okay with that. We'll take these out, rebuild the walls. Ooh, actually we can't. We are dead if we go this way. Thankfully it missed. Alright, well there is a reason we've got the rat run. We go through the rat run, intercept the carpenters, pull back. Just realised we can't actually repair this area just yet, because those turrets are going to be able to blast us apart. Sweet. Okay, well this is a fun start. Not the most ideal situation to be in, that's for sure. We'll stay there, let them get drawn across. But what we have done, one more power cell has been put in. These are nearly set, so all we need to do is go into MISC and set these up, and then we can start sending some supplies across to people so they like us. And finally, after I don't know how many thousands and thousands we spent on cool ships, trade ships, called in trade ships, that's the one. We finally found one and then 2 psychic infestation repellers. So this part of the map, we shouldn't get infestations coming in. We need to do something over here, because obviously we don't want the power cells getting wiped out, because they are very expensive and take a long time to find. But soon, we'll have that sorted, and that is going to be awesome for us. Okay, this area is done. Let's get out of there before we get too suppressed. Okay, UMesh did get smacked by one of those rounds. And cool. And also, what else did we have to do this episode? I think we have to, yeah, drone intel hack, so we can get some more information about the Dow Caller. And I think once we get the Dow Caller, that is when this series will come to its close. So what I'm thinking is either we could do the Royal Ascent, which is a possibility because we have the Queen. We're not really in a situation to do the Arco Nexus, because we'd lose like most of the colonists. And we've already got off on the ship. So maybe just going for the Dow Caller would be a different way to do it. And we're still a ways off from being able to do it even now. And seeing as it does not look like we are getting rid of this Mechanoid cluster anytime soon, let's just spend all of the resources into just shelling it to oblivion. Now our best bet is we try to hit some of these, which are the unstable power cells. That will take most of this section out, that one will take this section out, that one will take that. So if we can take those out, that is most of the mechanoids done. From the back of that, we're just going to be able to send in the strike force, and then ideally the strike force should be in the keyword on this. Be able to keep everything suppressed and like stunned until the rest of the guys can go in and just finish it all off. But we're also not in a situation where we're going to be able to mark it, so it's just going to be blind firing into this section and kind of hoping for the best. And just throwing it out there, so far we are not looking like we're having the best luck with these artillery shells. I had amazing luck earlier. We cannot complain about the luck of that first shot, just going in and taking out the automortar. That was insane. That was so lucky. But like this, it isn't looking amazing. And they can also, turns out, shoot down to here. That's not problematic at all. I'm pretty sure this should be out of zone 3, so let's go check that. and we shouldn't end up in that area. And those thermobaric rounds, they just do so much damage. Just straight through one of our reinforced walls. Not ideal. I tell you what, if I'm throwing it out there, it definitely isn't looking like these shells are doing enough damage. So a slightly different plan this time around. I think we go up from the left. We're going to have better cover on this side than on the other side. And we carried on shelling, and we started shelling a little bit more now. And we managed to hit one of ye olde unstable power cells, which took this section out here. So, still nothing to sneeze at. One Inferno cannon, 2 Inferno cannons, heavy charge turret, and then what they got, like 2 mini sluggers, which aren't the most dangerous things, but still more than capable of killing us. And then we took out the old ye centipede. Cool. We're pushing it back slowly. We're going to get anything on this shot? Come on. Nearly. That was nearly a very good one. But because we also had the chance, because we went through the top instead, because we're super sneaky and clever, we took out this mech cluster. So this section is down, which leaves 1 ship and 1 mech cluster along here. Not ideal, but it is dealable, if wording makes sense right then. Oh, hello. Come on, make this happen. Sweet. So 1 Inferno turret and 1 mini slugger turret. Cool. Fantastic. Yeah, so we were thinking of going up this way. And then I realised, yeah, running that section wouldn't have been too smart. So let's just use some artillery shells instead and make something happen. And who is our extra gunner? Because someone's still firing. Manu. Off there for me, mate. And then we've got to figure out what to do with this section, because this section does need taking out. But what we definitely don't want is the sunblocker being knocked down, because that sunblocker is actually super useful because it just stops foliage growing on the map. And no foliage means the game runs really, really well. Okay, strike team is moving in. Let's see if we cannot clear what's left of this out. Well, without that Inferno turret, nothing too much there that we need to worry about. Mini slugger, but if we keep it stunned, it can't shoot anyway. Easy, easy cleanup. Now that also means we have access to this part of the map, so we can take the other sections out of zone 3. So sort this all out. Cool, so that is now ours. We do have some zombies coming in, but yeah, details, we're going to be able to blast down those zombies. And I'll tell you what we're actually going to do is allow all of this along here so that we can bring that loot in as well, because yeah, there's just so much on the map right now that we just need to start processing through it as quickly as we can. And once again, the centipedes are doing that thing where they go out and try to grab the ammo for the turrets. So we are just going to set a little ambush for them. So each one we take down, a new centipede will then come out and try to get the ammo to refill the turrets. We've got another one coming up here, which is a thermobaric centipede, which for us is actually quite good. So we're going to pull these two back because they've been up there for a long while. We'll get Longrot and Manu over, and then we'll ambush the next one. And like this, we are going to be able to slowly pick apart these centipedes. And obviously, that's going to work really well for us, because then there's less of them to fight when we actually need to push down and take it out. Now, what I am wondering is, once we take the rest of this stuff out, would it be possible to minify this and install it in our base? Because that'd be quite useful. And we also have a giant smoke cloud, which is less than ideal, but yet again, basically just stops anything else growing on the map, which works for us. We did have to put adaptive mode back on, because I've started work on a new series, and then going from one series to the other, well, Rocket Man doesn't like it too much, so they put the adaptive mode in so you can click it, and then it'll get everything back going to where it should be. But right now, we are doing okay. Not fantastic, but we're doing pretty good. Neutral air mean is our main bottleneck. Once we can get that like properly sorted, we are going to be laughing, because then we're just going to be able to kick out all of the extra fancy bionics that we need. So that is going to be amazing, because then our guys are going to be even better than they are. So yeah, that's one more centipede down, and then what we got? Cypher coming out. Yeah, we can keep this up all day and just start picking them apart. And with some of the drop pods finished, and actually being able to do some stuff now, we are sending, not a massive amount, but pretty much all of the 60mm incendiary shells. We're not going to use them, they don't sell for a massive amount. I give them to them. So we are now from -100 to -30. Just send them a couple more things and then we should be mates with them. Ruins, medium wealth and medium presence. I am tempted, but then again we also know that the Osprey can't actually carry all that much once we have all of our guys together, because our guys are pretty heavy. Umesh went out to fix a wall and then got hit in the brain. So we're curing the scars there. We also tried to give him an extra arm and then they managed to fail that one. Which, less than ideal, just throwing that out there. Those arms take forever to make. And then, yeah, just ended up failing the operation. I'm not sure who done it. Probably should have been paying more of an eye on it. But yeah, less than ideal. Hopefully this is an extra dexterous arm as well. Yep. So let's go put that onto him. So what we got? We got lower left, so we need lower right. And then that means they're just going to be able to do crafting a whole bunch quicker. Yeah, that was not how I thought that was going to go. I thought we're just going to get him patched up, be nice and quick, bing bang bosh, done. No, that didn't happen. And we are kicking out a whole bunch of these 90mm high explosive shells, which is going to be super good for these turrets. Now, I didn't realise the uranium slug turrets took 1,500 watts. That is, that's quite a lot. We could only get 3 of them per power cell, and we have a lot of power cells already installed. So yeah, less than ideal. Oh, actually, that being said about what's ideal, strip that out so there's less cover. So when anything comes this way, they're literally coming straight onto ye olde uranium slug turrets, which hopefully should blast apart a whole bunch of the centipedes. And our guys are now pushed far enough out that they're finally working on this area over here. They were doing everything else other than going over here. But then it is a long way away, so kind of makes sense. And finally, it looks like we're starting to make some progress on this section. We'll wait until everything else is done, and then we'll start building this. Okay, now neutral and allied with the treaty, which means that we can get ye olde Queen. She comes down here and then goes to there. And we get her onto the comms console, because what we need and what we want is to find the location of a persona core. So, who was it? There we go. The treaty. And then we want the location of a persona core 1500. Okay, collection of goodies, disconnect. And where are you hidden? Just there, not too far away. Coolios. So, let's get a strike force set up. I think actually what we're going to do is we won't send too many. So we'll send the soldier drones, just because, well, the soldier drones are good at fighting, but they don't really do too much else around the base. Now I just got to remember who's what. Yeah, so those 3. And let's send Harmond. Yeah, we'll just send those 4. I think that will do. That should be more than enough. And they should be ready in no time. And then we're going to get a persona core. With the persona core, we are then... There's a lot of thens right then. Yeah, buddy. Words. Chuck in one of these. So that's the Architect Research Assistant. Ideally meaning that we're going to be able to start getting some decent Architect stuff coming on. We'll need to expand the lab a little bit. This is a bit overkill, but still what we need. And we're out of granite chunks once more. So let's start making some more. And we're ready to fly. We'll drop at edge. I'm not sure what's going to be on the map. Sometimes it is like just a couple guinea pigs. Then other times it's going to be a little bit more dangerous. But if there's nothing too much there, we haven't overcommitted. But if there is something dangerous, at least our guys are going to be able to fight them. So that should be good. Should being the key word, but hopefully all plays out really well for us. I just realised we haven't actually tiled that place properly. Right, we're in. Doesn't seem to be too much about. We got a small mechanoid cluster. But that is looking like it. And a defoliator. Not really sure what a defoliator is going to do against us. But yeah, we still don't want to be too overconfident with this. Because if we get slotted in the brain, getting shot in the brain is getting shot in the brain. And our helmets are not the greatest. Okay, move that, kite, and then go back in. Yeah, overwhelming firepower with EMPs are a very good mix. Super glad we decided for the ion rounds over the concussion. Every time. Every single time. Learn. There's things that you can punch to death and there are things that you can't. 2 conditions on each of them. Fantastic. Okay, well, we should be back to the base fairly soon. Smash through this next set of walls. And then we get the Persona Core and then we GTFO out of here. It looks like we didn't get out quite quick enough. Direct attack from the zombies coming in. So I suggest everyone get up, create a gun line, and try to force them back. But they are crazy quick. We got it though. And seeing as everyone's now had a little bit of sleep, once we find where the main horde is, which is down here, go in and wipe them. We did get Gnu to go around and heal everybody up, which, hoping, just throwing it out there, hoping being the key word, no one gets an infection. Though that being said, with it back at the base, it's not a massive issue. But yeah, they all decide they want to go to sleep and not do too much, so, well, might as well let them sleep. And then once they have a little bit, well, once they're rested, we can now go around. Okay, you got flu. Oh, amazing. Fantastic. Okay, all off draft, and let's actually just strip this map down. So, not that we want this person, but fighting 40 elephants, that is a crazy amount of chem fuel. And yet again, chem fuel is something that we are struggling with. To the point where we are literally burning through our food supplies quicker than we can regrow them. And we have like 1 hyperdensity hydroponics. So that's like 240 odd rice that's growing at 280%. That is a lot of rice. Like a crazy amount of rice. And we're just getting through it. We got so much that needs chem fuel at the moment that, yeah, it is not ideal. So, we banish you, and then we're going to go fight a whole bunch of elephants. If she came in on this side, the chances are the elephants will come in on this side. And is that in zone 3? That is. We are just having issues rebuilding stuff at the moment. I'm not quite sure why. We're processing through a whole bunch of granite, but then the walls are very expensive. And then we also have a bunch of other building projects, which I guess right then probably just answered my question of why we're struggling to get everything done. But details, we are getting there, and we're getting there good. Wow. Just caught the end of that, and these big old chunky boy turrets, yeah, they're dangerous. So I got a feeling that they're going to be super good against mechanoids, and then anything squidgy as well. It is just going to have the worst time possible. Yeah, not even mad. That worked out really well. Was kind of hoping they would have fought the centipedes and wasted a whole bunch of their ammo instead of ours. But details, beggars can't be choosers. But I said about the wall earlier, looks like crankshaft is on it. So, what do? You dropped off like 2 bits of granite? Yeah, super useful, buddy. Thank you very much. And Yamming, how much are you dropping off? Okay, that looks like, yeah, that is the rest of what we need to get all these walls done. That's good. These walls will force everything into a tighter choke point, and also not mess with the pathing as much. So then again, we'll carry on running nicely. Oosh. Changlonga needs his age reversal demand in 3.7 days, which ain't a massive issue. Now, what we are thinking is, yo, it is done. Very nice. Okay, let's put a couple more cabinets around here. That's moving, so then we can put more things there. What we want from this, actually, is we go yonder one way or the other. Okay, it was yonder this way. And we're going to go straight for Archotech Technology 3. And with that, we're going to be able to get the ye olde Architect Fragment Replicator. And then from that, once we have a steady supply, into this section, we are going to put the Archotech floors. Because if you go on the Archotech floor, that has a cleanliness of 1.2. Okay, which might not sound all that impressive, but then you compare that to actually what a sterile tile is, which is a cleanliness of 0.6. And the way these bio sculptors work is the cleaner the room, the quicker they work. So I think with the cleanliness of this room being 112%, it's down to like 3.2 days. With that, we hopefully should be down to like 1.6. So that means we won't be losing people for a long time. At the start it was 6 days, and now we're down to 2.3, and then hopefully down to 1.6. And that'd be awesome, because we'll just be able to pump people in and out super quick. And we were using him to try to close the door, but details. Keep the door open. I wanted a centerpiece to fight the elephants, but that didn't happen. We have accepted the quest for the drone hack, so 750% on that. Now, I'm just throwing it out there, this seems far too easy. We had loaded up the old Offspray, thinking that we're going to have to go out, go to another map tile, and then see what happens. But that is not looking like it's a thing. Except we just head this way. Not super worried, but this seems far too straightforward. Okay, Crankshaft, you finally got a gun. Good for you. Zoo, you haven't got weapons, so you can go home. Lander, you're about your one and only princes. So let's see how long this will take. Okay, and off the back of that, let's start setting up some sort of defensive position, because I doubt it's going to be this easy somehow. So a pretty basic defensive position setup, just because we don't know where anything is coming from. And seeing as that was taking a little while, we're going to bring Oye across, seeing as he has pretty decent intellectual, which I imagine is what's going to make the difference to this. Yeah, so 242% compared to the 112. And I guess we just wait this out and see if something nasty comes. Raids arriving in 1 hour. The raiders will target the space drone and attempt to destroy it. Protect the space drone so your colonists can hack the computer and retrieve the data. Okay, yeah, so you were right. Where are they going to come from? I don't know. And what is coming? Don't know that either. Okay, pirates, I take it? No. Yoldi Industrials. That is fine. So let's change the defensive line across here. You guys move this way. You guys go along there. You come up here. You take this bit and you guys push there. So at least this way we can force them out from taking this cover. And if they do take the cover, then we can shoot them from a different side. A little bit slow on the old draw, but yeah, there we go. And most of them are just like forced into cover. They're so suppressed that they can't do anything. Cool. It is just going to be a matter of just shooting them down now. Happy days. Alright, they are trying to flee. Yeah, they were pretty close to the edge of the map. So a few of them have got out, most of them haven't. And we're going to move everyone over here. Put this all onto Slaughter. So finish off. And then hopefully these guys will then go around, kill them, and then stamp on the old skulls. Or not, that's fine. Just run away. Which leaves, oh yeah, out here by himself at the moment. We'll be able to get anyone back if they're needed, but at least this way we know that we get a heads up. Wu Chang, you can move as well. Okay, Spacer Drone is hacked. Okay, you finished hacking the Spacer Drone and learned more about the ancient polearm relic. Cool, and let's get out of there before that goes kapow. How big is that going to explode is the next question. And direct attack from the zombies. But they give you a long time to get away from it. So that must be a big explosion then. Unless we just got a bug. No. Nothing at all. And with that, I think we bring the episode to the end. So thank you very much for watching the Hives vs Zombies. I've been Conti. All you likes, comments, sub, support have been amazing. You guys are awesome. And I'll catch you on the next one.